Greetings. We're here at Samuel chapter 24, and David spares Saul's life. Isn't that amazing? All the times that David or Saul was trying to kill David, he still spares Saul. Let's go ahead and jump into this reading. We're here at 24. All praise and glory to the Supreme Spirit of Truth. May He place His Spirit upon you so that you can find discernment in the Scriptures and find the contradictions. Any minister that tells you that this book is a perfectly written manuscript reads it from both sides. It was purposely done this way. Now, it was changed is what you got to understand. The human race wrote scriptures for Israelites from Israelites. And then the Spirit said that you're not to hang out with those beast nations that were created in Genesis 1:25. Because if you do, what they're going to do is get you to worship their false deity gods, their false idols. And that's what they've gotten the children of Israel to do. You now worship false idols. After Saul returned from pursuing the Philistines, he was told David is in the desert of En-Gedi, kind of like Jedi, but Gedi. So Saul took 3,000 able men from all Israel and set out to look for David and his men near crags of the wild goats. Wild goats, or let's take the S off of goats here, and what do you have? Goat, and they say, and they're telling you, they're showing you with, what's that rapper, man? I can't think of his name, the long-haired, skinny little twat dude. Yeah, he wears a goat around his neck, and they tell you that the goat stands for greatest of all times. No, the goat is a representation of the Baphomet, folks. So he came to the sheep's pens. Along the way, a cave was there, and Saul went in to relieve himself. David and his men were far back in the cave. The men said, "This is the day the Lord spoke of when he said to you, I will give your enemy into your hands for you to deal with as you wish." Then David crept up unnoticed and cut off a corner of Saul's robe. Afterwards, David was conscience-stricken for having cut off a corner of his robe. He said to his men, "The Lord forbid that I should do such a thing to my master, the Lord's anointed, or lay my hand on him, for he is the anointed of the Lord." With these words, David sharply rebuked his men and did not allow them to attack Saul. And Saul left the cave and went away. Then David went out of the cave and called out to Saul, "My lord, the king." When Saul looked up behind him, David bowed down and prostrated himself with his face to the ground. What a humble servant, huh? He said to Saul, "Why do you listen when men say David is bent on harming you? This day you have seen with your own eyes how the Lord delivered you into my hands in the cave. Some urged me to kill you, but I spared you. I said, I will not lay my hands on my Lord, because he is the Lord's anointed." So Saul is taking instructions from another man. You understand? There's a spiritual war that's taking place. Ephesians 6:12 is telling us all the time that it's not about the flesh and blood. So we are spiritual beings, folks. You've got to understand that. It's not about your flesh. The flesh is what you're trapped in, your soul, your light, your essence, your being is what is trapped inside the flesh, and the flesh is the shadowing shroud that it speaks of in Ezekiel. Because he is the Lord's anointed. See, my father looked at this piece of your robe in my hand. I cut it off the corner of your robe, but did not kill you. See that there is nothing in my hand to indicate that I am guilty of wrongdoing or rebellion. I have not wronged you, but you are hunting me down to take my life. May the Lord judge between you and me, and may the Lord avenge the wrongs you have done to me. But my hand will not touch you. As the old saying goes, from evildoers come evil deeds. So my hand will not touch you. Against whom has the king of Israel come out? Who are you pursuing? A dead dog? A flea? Don't you find that odd?
Too far, man.
See?
How do you sleep at night?
That's even muted, folks. That was even muted. You saw me click on it. I'm gonna gut you guys, messing with my lessons. When David cause and uphold, it may be vindicated. Let's see. A dead dog, a flea. May the Lord be our judge and decide between us. May he consider my cause and uphold it. May he vindicate me by delivering me from your hand. When David finished saying this, Saul asked, is that the voice of David, my son? And he wept. You are more righteous than I, he said. You have treated me well, but I have treated you badly. You have just now told me about the good you did to me. The Lord delivered me into your hands, but you did not kill me. When a man finds his enemy, does he let him get away unharmed? May the Lord reward you well for the way you treated me today. I know that you will surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel will be established in your hands. Now swear to me by the Lord that you will not kill off my descendants or wipe out my name from my father's family. So David gave his oath to Saul. Then Saul returned home, but David and his men went up to the stronghold. I mean, look at how wonderful that is, that David spared Saul's life, and Saul had been an evil person the whole entire time. You have a choice. You must understand that evil and good is something that dwells within us. It's not out there in the world. You are the good and evil. It's your choice what you choose. It's your will what path you choose to walk on. I can't choose the path for you. I can only give you the information that is needed for you to walk on the right path, to get on the right train, the train that's heading to the narrow path, the righteous one, the one who delivers all that serve and repent for their transgressions against his laws and his commandments. Let me tell you, folks, walk straight in the 10 Commandments, have them on your heart, carry them with you wherever you go, and everything else will fall into place. All praise and glory to the Supreme Spirit of Truth. This is White Raptor News Ministries.